Hello everybody, my name is Helena and I work for East Sussex Music, and today we're going to learn how to tune our cellos. Now for this I'm going to be using an app to help us tune, so if you haven't already got one I would recommend going and downloading an app on your phone or onto your tablet. There are loads of free apps available. Now we're going to start by tuning our higher strings and then work our way down to our lower strings today. So first of all we're going to play our open A, which is our top string. And as you can see, the tuner app flashed bright green, it said a big letter A, and the red pointer was pointing straight up in the 12 o'clock position. That shows us that our A is bang in tune and we don't need to do anything to that note because it's exactly where we want it to be. So we're going to go on to our D string, which is our next string down, which has come up as a B, which we don't want. We want it to be a D, so we need to make that note higher. And we're going to use the pegs to do that. I'm going to put the spike down because I find that a bit easier. And what you need to do is follow your string all the way until you find the peg. So in this case we're going to use this one because that's the one attached to the D string. Now when you use your pegs, you need to use really tiny movements because if you go too far, if you twist it too much, you risk snapping the string. Also, when you twist it, you want to push in as well as around. That will help the pegs stick in place. If you find the strings really unravelling after every time you twist it, just push it in a little bit more and that should solve that. Now we're going to make our D string higher today, so we're going to turn in a clockwise direction. If you needed to make a string lower, you'd twist it in an anti-clockwise direction. Now again, like I said, we're going to use really tiny movements for this. So I'm going to move it really slowly, pushing in as well as pushing around. I'm going to play that note again, C. So it's now coming up as a D on the tuner. I'm going to put my spike out in because we're going to use our adjusters now to make sure that that goes into the green zone. So now I'm going to follow my D string down until we find our adjuster. And we're going to make it a little bit higher again. So again, clockwise direction. We're going to give it a couple of twists to see where that goes. So as you can see, it's getting higher. So we're going to go back to our adjusters and just give it a couple more. Oops, so you can see. We're just going to give it a couple more twists round. And then check again. So we're nearly there. A couple more twists. And you can see it's now flashing green. So we're going to go on to our G string. Now that one is flashing green, but the arrow was going a little bit too high. So we're just going to again use our adjusters. This time we're going to bring it down. So we're going to just turn it a teeny tiny bit anti-clockwise. That pointer is now exactly at 12 o'clock. So we're going to go on to our last string, our C string, which is exactly in the right zone. Now if you've had to use your pegs for any of this, I'd recommend going down and rechecking all of those strings just to make sure nothing's moved, because if you move your peg it might just make some of the other pegs move and need adjusting again. So I'm going to go back to my A string. As you can see, it's made that one a bit lower, so we're going to go down to our adjusters and I'm just going to turn that one a couple of turns in a clockwise direction. So it's now in that 12 o'clock position. Our D is still fine. As are all our other strings. So that now shows that all our strings are exactly in tune, and that's all there is to it. So to recap, what you need to do is first get your app, and then you want your app to be really nicely green. Most will show up green when your string is in tune. If it's not and you need to tune it higher, if it's a lot higher, use your pegs, twist in a clockwise direction. You're going to twist round and push in at the same time. Same goes for the adjusters. If it's just a little bit low, use your adjusters. That's what they're there for. They're fine tuners. And again, if it's upwards, it's clockwise. If you need to tune your cello down, everything moves in anti-clockwise direction. And then once you've done all your strings, just go over and check them once more to make sure nothing has moved. And that's how you tune your cello. I hope that was a helpful video for you all, and you can get back to playing your cellos. See you again soon.